Okay, today we're gonna have a showdown in beer can chicken over charcoal between Guinness and Sam Adams. We're gonna find out which one tastes better and if they are the proper way to do beer can chicken. But we're gonna start with preparing the chicken. We gotta get, these are huge chickens. There's two 6.5 pound chickens. Unfortunately, that's the smallest I could get, but it will do. I purchased this awesome Weber grill, 22-inch Weber grill. Then I bought S&S stainless steel charcoal baskets with a water bath in the middle, which is incredible. It makes such a difference. In this case, I'm putting charcoal only on one side because then I can move back and forth. If it gets too hot, I can control the heat a little better. And I'm only doing 2 chickens, and I got enough charcoal in there to easily cook these 2 chickens. You probably got about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes for the 2 because they're large chickens. But I'm gonna open up the 2 bottles of beer because I didn't want to buy cans. They were actually, one of them I don't think I could get in a can, but I have in bottle, and I emptied 2 soda water cans. So that's what I'm gonna use for my base cans. But right now, you can't put it all in there, so I'm gonna fill it about halfway full with each type of beer. And then I'm going to take some rosemary. I'm going to cut some rosemary and get it inside. And then I'm going to put some orange inside, orange pieces inside. So it's going to be a really flavorful mix that's inside these cans that's going to boil up and basically steam inside the chicken. I'm going to poke some holes around the edges so we can get some more steam release in different locations rather than just right out of the very top of it, because it can produce a lot of steam. Then the one can, I'm going to poke a big hole in the top so I can know which can is which in case I swap these chickens around like dominoes. I'll know which beer was which, because we basically got to know which one is what in order to make a final judgment if there is a possible way to do it, because I got a feeling these are both going to taste pretty damn awesome. But I'm going to take the rosemary, good sized piece, put it inside because that is some crazy flavor. And once you start boiling it off, it's going to steam it up into the chicken, into the cavity. And it's a really good way of doing it. And it's a really good way of keeping a lot of moisture inside. The water bath on the S&S grill adapter is what's going to keep the moisture on the outside. And we will also be basting it. But it's very, very simple. Once I get all this seasoning, everything done, and anybody can do this, people. You don't have to have the S&S stainless steel basket with the water bath, but it really does work nice. And it does make a big difference. I can tell the difference. I've done a lot of cooking on these grills. But basically, we're gonna get the garlic put in the cans. I love garlic. I'll put garlic on most anything. Matter of fact, I'm gonna figure out a way to make a garlic Snickers bar or something because that's how much I like garlic. And it does put good flavor in here. But as you can see, I'm working on this outdoor kitchen that I built just mostly from parts that I had. And it's there's a full build video coming up. It should be out shortly. It might even be out later today or tomorrow. But check it out. It's solar powered. I got a 100 watt solar panel up on top. It's covered with metal roofing, so it's dry, and it really works. I've got plugs for my phone, everything there. But now we're gonna finish up. We're gonna put the rest of the beer in the can, or as much as possible, because it's not all gonna fit in there, which is fine because I'm gonna drink the rest of it myself right now. But I filled them up almost full because they're gonna start boiling, and then we're gonna start assembling everything here, and it's really easy. This is so easy. And what you're gonna do, we're gonna have the chickens facing up. We're gonna put a little seasoning in the cavity, and then we're gonna set these right on top of the cans that are filled with the beer and the seasoning. And then they're pretty much ready to go. You don't have to have the stand that holds the can, but it sure makes it a lot easier. They're not wobbly at all when they're on this stand, and you're gonna see this stand. Everything is really, really simple. This is, I mean, this is, I never thought I could shove a can up a chicken's butt so easily, but it's like a perfect fit. It's unbelievable. But we're gonna take the little basket. This is it is nice because it has handles. I can carry both of them. And I'm gonna slide the 2 chickens on there. And they fit on there perfectly. And they're really solid. So I'm gonna put them back to back because we got 2 opposing breweries, so to speak. It looks like the Yankees and the Red Sox right now, but we're gonna take and get them situated on there, and then we're going to get this party rolling. Now, I'm sure you're wondering why I'm wearing I've got a hammer loop, I've got a tape measure, a multi-tool on my side. I work and then I cook. I work outside and I cook. I do tiny home off-grid stuff and then I cook. Everything I love to do. That's why I'm dressed in work clothes. But we're gonna get this ready to go. The competition begins. Here we go. We got Guinness Extra Stout on the left, and we got Boston Lager Samuel Adams on the right. And now we're gonna let the games begin. We're gonna set this on some hot coals, and I'm gonna set them a slightly offset so I'm not directly over the one side that has the charcoal. I'm actually setting them right over the water. But we're gonna get all these going. We're gonna get it started, and then we're going to get all our ingredients ready. So we're gonna make our basting marinade, whatever you wanna call it, which is gonna make these things taste awesome. But now, I had some leftover orange, so I'm gonna squirt every bit of that orange all over the top of it because there's nothing like citrus on chicken. It's a perfect match for it. And there's a huge orange left over, so I'm gonna use it up. Got no other use for it. Then we're gonna get everything situated for our basting, which is kind of cool. It's really good. We're gonna dump some Italian dressing in, probably about a half a cup into a bowl. Then we're going to take my favorite garlic salt, and we're gonna put a good amount in there, probably over a tablespoon. And then we're going to add another one of my favorites, which is honey. And this, you can put quite a bit in there. It's probably, again, it's over half a cup. Probably, yeah, it's about a half a cup of honey in there. You can add a few sticks of butter in here if you want and get it melted down, so it's going to give you a much crisper, but it may burn faster on the outside because of the butter. So right now I'm going to chop up some of the leftover rosemary in these little tiny specks and sprinkle it in there because that will give it a good flavor over the top of it. When you get a little bite of that rosemary, it's very good. It's a perfect match with the citrus, with the honey, with the garlic. Can't go wrong. So now, once this is all situated, we're probably close enough to where we can start baking for the first time because we got to get it hot enough. It's got to get a good sweat on the outside. Oh yeah, I forgot. We're gonna put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in there, just to give it a little darker flavor on the top, which is really good. So if you're going to make chicken salad sandwiches, which I'm going to show you how to at the end, you really taste that Worcestershire sauce then in that meat. It gets in that top layer, and it's a really good flavor. But here we go. Now we're going to take and we're going to baste it with that honey glaze, and it's going to start. It's already started browning a little bit. It's not that long into this. I might even have the heat just a little too hot, so I can turn it down. The beauty of this Weber is I can shut the bottom air off. I can shut the top air off. I can move because all my coals are on one side. I only put coals on one side. I can move these over to the other side and get them off of the searing heat if I need to, which I likely will have to once this basting, this honey starts caramelizing and browning up. It's going to cook the outside's going to cook a lot faster. That's why I didn't put any butter on here, because it helps, or it makes it burn faster. I'm going to cap these with aluminum foil because this way it just won't scorch the tops as bad. The tops are going to get burnt more than the rest of them just because it's a dome. But this this process, and yeah, you can see now we're getting a little darker on the one side because the coals are closer to us right now. It's not sitting directly over, dead on over the coals. So what I'm going to do is I will keep basting it. I'm going to keep basting because you can't go wrong with the basting this. You know, and if you really wanted to, if you wanted a more saltier taste or more garlic, you could add, right now, baste it, sprinkle some seasoning on there. You can put some Italian seasoning on. If you did at this point, it would taste really good. But I'm going to keep basting it until I think that one side is getting too brown or too burnt. And I'm going to cover these back up with the aluminum foil, but I'm going to flip them around. I'll spin them around so the other side will get the majority of the heat until we have equal color on both sides. That way we know we're actually, yeah, I'm getting them out of the fire a little bit right now, but we know we're actually cooking them consistently on both sides. The butt to butt right now is where it's getting the most heat, which is not a lot of meat down that backbone. The breast meat, which is facing the two outsides, is getting less heat, which is okay with me because that means we're going to get a little bit of slower cook, and that's what I want. I'm going to cook these and check them with a thermometer until they're at the proper temp anyways, so that's what we're going to do. The ideal for running this is around 350, 375, and I dropped a grill thermometer in there, which I'll mount this perfectly. We're at 350 perfectly. So that's perfect baking temperature. And now you got the baking temperature, and look at the smoke. That smoke flavor is, to me, that is incredible. That's Kingsford charcoal, not the, what do they call the self-lighting or whatever they call it. I don't know what it's called. This is just the normal Kingsford. We've used it since we were little tiny kids. I'm sure our parents, I don't even know when. I got to look up some history on that because that would be kind of cool to find out how far back that goes. But we're going to keep basting it. See, I spun it around. Now we got the lighter side on the coal side. You can see the coals on our side, and they're pretty damn hot, but they're continually producing heat. They're continually putting out that awesome smoke carbon flavor that us cavemen like. And I'm just drooling. I want to take a knife right now and take a chunk out of there. And I'm getting these to match color both sides, and it's working out really well. This is taking a little longer than I thought, but I wasn't expecting to put 6.5 pound chickens on there. I was actually looking for something around 4 pounds each, that's a decent sized chicken in itself, but that's a normal sized chicken. These, when I put the lid down, it almost touches. I think if I put them off to one side, it will touch. I did put a thermometer on the grill on the other side. That's an oven thermometer. It doesn't do a lot of good, but it tells me what it is way over there in that corner on the cool side. So if I was, let's say I was at this time, I would normally I'd coil up or roll up some baked potatoes with some butter and onions and set those on the other side and let those cook this whole time. It'd probably be perfect timing with that amount of heat on that side in that amount of time. But it's kind of cool. Now I'm going to spin them around so they're breast to breast. So not sure how the Yankees and Red Sox chicken to chicken is going to go, but I got to get those breasts heated up a little more because they're not getting the heat that the rest of it is. And we're gonna spin them around. They got to face each other for a while. We're going to cook these down, or cook these until we get to the right temperature inside. And then we're going to start the cool down process. We'll let it sit for a bit. And then I'm going to put them up. Looks like it might rain here in a bit, so I don't know what's going to happen. I don't have an umbrella set up here. I'm going to get one and put one over the grill. I have my outdoor kitchen, which is right behind me or right to the right of me, has its own roof on it, so I can stand under it and not get wet. But the other grills themselves are going to get wet if it does rain, which I don't care. The Webers, you can cook them. It just, a little bit's going to go through the air vent on top. That's it. It'll still function just the same because that's how they work. The water will run right off the top of them. But they're really cool products. The Weber grill has been around forever. I don't know if that's the first one or what the deal is, but there we go. We're looking at our two competitors. Now we got Sam Adams on the left, And we got Guinness on the right because we spun them around and they're breast to breast. So we actually spun them twice. And then we spun the whole thing, then we spun the chickens. So we're still perfect. We're at 349 it looks like, and that's what we want to be. That's actually perfect because we're right above the heat. And look at the smoke. The smoke to me is that's where we get flavor. It's incredible. And look at the color. The color is incredibly awesome. I can't wait. I cannot wait. So I'm checking the temp on there. Right now, I don't think we got we got a little bit more to go, but it's not that far. It's not that long. And the coals are perfect. We don't need to add more coals. This worked out really well. That S&S basket is probably one of my favorite new items to own. It concentrates the coals. I can put them on both sides if I want to, but it keeps them in a pile. Whereas before, as you know, if you've used a Weber grill before, a grill like this before, the coal pile on the bottom kind of spreads itself out, opens up, and then there's too much air flowing through the pile itself, then the pile cools down real fast. You got to add a lot more coals. So in essence, that S&S grill pan or charcoal pan and water pan, charcoal basket and water pan, I gotta get that right, actually is saving me coal. See, now it's kicking up again. Well, yeah, it had a little help there. That was for a good photo shot, but that does look good. I'm like dying. I want to eat it right now. So this is going to go a little longer. We're very close to temp now. So we're getting a lot darker now, but we're very close to temp. It's almost done, and I can't wait. I'm going to list everything down below, and everything's an affiliate link, just so you know that. If you click on it, you don't have to buy anything. Click on it, go look. It'll show you all the competitors matching everything to what I'm going to list down there, which is the can rack, the grill, the S&S basket, and I've got other S&S stuff that I'm going to do on other videos. They've got some really nice stuff that make grilling so nice. Now I'm going to pull the cans out of their butts, and I'm going to set them on the counter and let them chill just for a little bit. And now we'll have a word from our sponsor. Oh, wait. There's nothing sponsored here. I have no sponsor. I am my own sponsor. I don't have any money, so I guess I'm the cheapest sponsor in the world. Okay, enough of that. Here we're looking at our competitors again. We still got Guinness on the right. We got Sam Adams on the left. And we're gonna let them chill a little bit, and then we're gonna start processing the meat up. Man, those look good. I'm like, my mouth is watering. If you could smell this, it's almost like a meal in itself. You could taste the meal. It smells so good. But we're gonna take this and start cutting these up, separate them. And the skin and the outside meat or the breast meat, you're gonna serve those up on a plate. This is our 250th anniversary for the 4th of July coming up this coming weekend. So this is a perfect meal. This serves a lot of people, but you're gonna have pieces of meat. Once you cut all this off, pull everything off the bone, get the dark meat from the bottom, the wings, the legs, and then you got some leftover meat still there. That's what's perfect for chicken salad sandwiches. Check it out towards the back end of this. It's a very simple recipe, and you could have your leftovers tomorrow with it. You could make chicken salad sandwiches or later with it. But that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut this up. There's no real crazy rhyme or reason to the way you wanna cut it. Cut it however you want. I know they say there's rules, but look what we're doing. We're out in the woods next to some construction equipment on an outdoor kitchen, chopping up chickens that we just shoved a can of beer up their butt. So I think the rules are off the table. But pull all the meat off. Look at it steam. It's like the smell from this is incredible. Get all the meat off. Get it all. It is all good, every bit of it. The dark meat, everything. Pull the legs off. There's people that like just to eat the legs by themselves or the wings. The wings are a real favorite because they're all crispy with that honey garlic marinade on them or glaze on them. And the skin's on there, so they're crunchy, which I'm a big fan of, eating chicken skin. I mean, I can't say I like it if it's all rubbery and soggy, but I love it if it's crunchy and it's got, think about it, honey, garlic, and Worcestershire sauce all over it. Yep, that's probably, I could probably have that just as a meal alone if there was such a thing to get enough of it. But get it all cut apart. And if you, I mean, you don't have to, but keep the legs together, keep the wings together, because some people do like just grabbing the legs and the wings with their cold beer, their cold soda, and they sit down and that's all they eat. That's their meal. And some people prefer having, chicken, slices of chicken, potato salad, whatever else you got going. And it's a really good meal. This is really good to do outside. And I'm doing it on a Weber. Keep that in mind. I'm doing it on a Weber. You go buy a $10 bag of charcoal. Actually, that's enough to do it. Probably do this 4 or 5 times. But that's all you need. Chickens are very inexpensive. All of this costs next to nothing. I don't know. I have to look, but I think I paid like $9 a piece for the chickens because they were so big. And I bought them the week before, or the week of 4th of July weekend coming up. So here we go. There's our 2 competitors. We got on the right corner, we got Guinness Extra Stout. On the left corner, we got Sam Adams Boston Lager. And I have to tell you, it's going to rain here any second. So I may have to move this inside. And if I do, maybe I'll come back outside to do this taste testing thing. But there we go. Nope. I'm going to taste it. So right now I'm doing the Sam Adams. Somehow it didn't sit right in I must have bumped the camera, but it's still there. And you can see what I'm eating here. And I'm typically taking a piece of the breast meat and then I'm grabbing a piece of something with burnt skin on it, not burnt skin, crispy skin on it. And it's just like shivering. I think I got goosebumps when I put that first piece in my mouth. And they were both like incredible, off the wall, versus just cooking a chicken on a grill. There's so much flavor there, it's hard to comprehend what's going on. But I would recommend either one of these to anybody. I would not, if somebody served me one of them, I would thank them profusely. It doesn't matter which one it was. But like I said, it is a competition. My favorite, which could be anybody's, was the Guinness, because the Guinness had a little richer, darker flavor in there and inside the meat. And you could definitely taste that there was a difference. But not to cut down Sam Adams, because it was just as good in its own way. But my preference was the Guinness. If I were drinking the beer, which I did, I bought a 6-pack of each, but I think the Sam Adams is gone. So I'm just letting you know, my preference on the beer in drinking it is Sam Adams on mine. But again, there's people that their preference is the Guinness. Both of these will knock your socks off. Both of these, if you were entering a barbecued chicken contest at the 4th of July parade, you're gonna win. And it's nothing fancy in anything at all. It's some basic seasonings that we normally use, some basic basting products. It's just how we do it with the beer, with the moisture. That's how it works, the carbon flavor. Here I brought it back inside because it did start raining outside, and I was going to finish the review so we could see it better, because you could see that everything was getting wet. But I did the whole process all over again, and that's okay because it tasted that good. That was actually my meal for the day, was to have doing the tastings twice. And then I got to drink whatever was left over from the beer too. But again, I'll go back to the same thing. Both of these were spot on, absolute incredible. Anybody who eats chicken of any kind would like this, unless they don't like barbecue. And there's no barbecue sauce whatsoever besides, I guess you could call honey a part of barbecue sauce. But it is, it's the carbon flavor from the Kingsford charcoal. The way the water bath below keeps everything super, super moist. I mean, I've never had chicken this moist before, and it was cooked spot on, exactly where you want to be. So now, and this is what I didn't show before, you could see the red ring on the outside from the the charcoal smoke. Like when you do smoked ribs, you can see the ring or the red soaking into the smoke flavor, smoked or soaking into right into the chicken. So now what's happening, that's going from the inside through the cavity and from the outside. So you're covering all the bases with at the same time. It's pretty cool, and it's really, really good. I could probably just keep eating this, but they're 2 huge chickens. And what I'm gonna go to next is I'm gonna finish this up, and I'm gonna go to making some chicken salad. Super simple. Can't even call it a recipe, I don't think. It's just a few ingredients, but it makes the chicken salad sandwich like incredible. And it is a little different. There's one seasoning that nobody typically uses, and I use it a lot on a lot of things. But check it out. It's the one seasoning that gives it the pop, and it's really good. So I didn't have any celery to chop up, so I replaced that with celery salt. But I did have some pickles. I got some pickle in there and a couple other things. But check it out. The seasoning is not that common, I don't think, or it's getting more common. But it does make a difference. But all these things, every bit of this, you can do this anywhere, even with a little tiny or smaller Weber grill. You don't have to have, if you do a smaller chicken. I'm gonna try 2 Cornish game hens next on either that. I might do I have a new pellet grill that I may try that on, but I might do it. I love that this charcoal flavor is amazing. It's just, it puts a tear in my eye because I haven't done it in like a year. Now I just started again, and that flavor is so missed in my my palate for so long. But here we go. I got a bunch of the chicken. Now I didn't separate the chicken to say this is the Guinness chicken salad is better than Sam Adams chicken salad, because I think the battle's over. They both won, I think. But here's all we're gonna do. We're gonna take some of these leftover pieces, and we're gonna chop it up so they're not such big pieces. Don't have to chop it huge, or small, but you don't want huge chunks, so when you bite into it, you pull it out of the sandwich and pull the sandwich apart, and it lands on the ground, and then you're gonna cry like a baby because you lost half your sandwich, because I would. But you're just gonna get it all cubed up. That's all you gotta do. It's real easy, real basic. You don't have to put a lot of effort into this all. I took most of the skin out of there. A lot of people leave the skin in place. I took it out because some people don't like that chew of the skin unless it's crispy. And in this case, some of it wasn't, just because of the way I cooked it, because I put their asses together, their backs together, then I put their stomachs together as if they were dueling. So those small portions didn't get crispy, which is rubbery skin. So I took all the skin off, but look at it. You can see all the pink everywhere from that smoke. The smoke, again, it's so cool with the beer can style and the stand, because the smoke gets in underneath, and it definitely overdoes it. Well, it doesn't overdo it, but it doubles the amount on top and around it. And you could actually, if you wanted to, so now there's a water bath tray in there. You could, if I wanted to really blast it with smoke, I could pick up some hickory or apple. Apple would be the better for the chicken. Some wood chips, soak them in water, and you drop them on the charcoal on the outside, on the cooler side of the edge of the pile of charcoal. And now you'll triple the amount of smoke. But you can do that. It's that easy. I didn't do it on this because I wanted that Kingsford carbon flavor that I miss so much. I grew up with it. I remember that like it was yesterday. But I didn't put any additional smoke. I didn't put any additional smoked sauce on there. But this is all I did. So I chopped up all the chicken. Back to the chicken. I get carried away when I talk about smoking meats, because I don't know. That's my favorite. Somebody says, "Oh, you're gonna get gout from it or whatever." No, I don't think so. I mean, we're born this way. We were raised this way, and I know a few people that have gout, but I don't believe it's from smoked meats. I love smoked meats of any kind. Well, almost any kind. So I'm gonna chop up an onion, and I do it a little differently than most. I only need maybe half. A little better than half, so I'm going to cut it in half. Then I'm going to make what do you call it? Onion blossom type cuts in it, as if I was going to cut fingers and then open it up, but I'm not going to open it up. And you get it. It makes it's a whole lot easier than sitting there and chopping. So if you watch how I do it, it's pretty basic. I just make a whole bunch of slits in it like that, all the way down. And they're not. I mean, obviously some of them are falling apart, but it's not just all falling apart. And then you got to re-chop it, and you do the chef style cutting it. But here you go. This is all you got to do is cut it. Now you already made the slits. You've got a cross grain, and you're basically done. I'm gonna throw all that in the pot with the chicken, just as is. Doesn't matter. It's perfect. That's all I need. And the onion doesn't matter. This is just a white onion. Oh no, I'm sorry. I believe this is a Vidalia onion, so it's a little sweeter onion, which is fine. That's perfect. And no, I'm not throwing stuff on the floor. There's a shelf right below that cutting board. Actually, you can see part of it there. So I'm gonna throw that in there, and then it's not. There's very few ingredients in here. This is the best chicken salad ever. And what you can do, you can add to it whatever you want. It doesn't matter. If you have some celery, it'd be ideal. But here I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna hold my pickle very carefully, and I'm gonna make some fingers on it too. So basically, I'm putting the fingers on my pickle just like I did on the onion. As weird as that sounds, this is the easiest way to do this also. Now, turn your pickle sideways and start whacking it from the side, and look what happens. You get diced pickles. Real easy. But chop up the pickle. That's all you need is one pickle. It's only for like 3 big sandwiches. I'm gonna eat the end cut because I don't want to sit there and chop away at it. There are no rules in this. There's no measuring, as you can see. It's by taste. So you want to get your vegetable, your onion, your pickle, get it, whatever you're going to put in there. If you got celery, cut it up, put it in there. And then you're going to put, the rest of it is what dictates where you got to be careful. You don't have to be careful with the quantity, but that will dictate your flavor and your texture a lot more. So get your meats, your crunchies, everything, the solids, get them all cut up, portion in there. You can stir it up a little bit, you don't have to. Then I'm gonna add a good amount of garlic salt again, because as I said before, I love garlic. The garlic salt is I didn't measure a damn thing. Then, and unfortunately, I must have bumped my camera again because it's not sitting there right. That was a salt pepper mix, and it's called Crazy Salt. It's got celery in it. It's got salt and pepper. Little bit of Italian dressing, which is going to give me the vinegar and some oil. And then here's the key that makes the whole thing, which I apologize, it's out of, oh, there it is. No, it's not out of focus, but you can't see it now. Dill pickle salt. I love this. This is my new favorite salt. I can put it on almost anything, but it tastes exactly like dill pickle. I put a good amount in there. And now that's pretty much all you need. What you do, you're going to take and you're going to mix all this up, stir it all up, and get it all, very consistent. You're going to add your mayo to however much mayo you want. Some people like more, some people like less. But to do this, add less to begin with. Put in like 4 or 5 tablespoons, and then stir it all up. See if you need more. If you think by the texture you need more, you can add more. You can never take it away once you stir it all up. The only way you can fix it is to add more chicken or something. And here, see, I needed more. I could see right away it was going to be a little drier. So I added more. Again, you don't have to measure it. This is not rocket science. This is what is typically done on a picnic table at the beach or anywhere where you're not, you don't have the utensils. You don't need the utensils. That is pretty much it. You're done. What I would technically do right now, if it's cool, if the chicken was cold, you could serve it right on a bun, which this was. This was chilled chicken. It was actually from yesterday I did the cooking. But I did a little taste test, and it was awesome. But now, if it wasn't chilled, if everything was warm, you put this in the refrigerator. You want it, chill it right away, especially because you got mayo in there. And then it doesn't take long. You can leave it in there for an hour. You can throw it in the freezer even for half hour, and you're done. Now it's going to be real good on a salad or on a sandwich. So I had some hoagie buns. I thought No, I didn't cut that. I thought they were like, I got to cut them. They'd be really cool for the video, but the damn things are already pre-split. So I didn't. I didn't toast them. I didn't put any butter on them. I didn't do anything. And then I'm just going to put the chicken salad in there. And these 3 sandwiches they're going to be pretty damn big. It's well over a serving. It's a very large sandwich. I'm actually going to pack these up. I'm going to head inside, and my wife's going to have one, and my mother-in-law is going to have the other one. They're likely going to eat half of theirs. I'm going to eat all of mine and the other half of theirs also, because it's that good. But fill them all up with the chicken salad. And if you want, I put some pepper on here at this point, just crushed, or done at this point. Once I got them all filled, I put some black crushed pepper on there. And on mine, I added more dill pickle salt because I love that prominent dill pickle flavoring. And that was it. I mean, I hauled these inside. They loved them. It was pretty impressive. The weather's been a little iffy, so it's been a hard time getting decent videos. So some of these are like archaic. I'm moving stuff around, whereas I would have normally done this all in one spot at one time. And I would be talking to the camera. I probably am talking to the camera right now, but there's an air conditioner running right beside me, so it's just muffling everything out. Again, wasn't prepared. My ADHD just said go, 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 and here's what I ended up with. 3 incredible chicken salad sandwiches that, again, now we're back to another meal for those few short dollars. There's the black pepper, crushed black pepper I put on them. And I brought these inside, and they were well received and well enjoyed. But thank you for watching the competition between Sam Adams and Guinness beer can chicken barbecue over coal. But again, I appreciate you watching. Follow along, like and subscribe if you want. You don't have to, but I appreciate the fact that you made it this far. Follow along. My thing, I like working outside and then cooking outside in between. Thank you again.